morning, guys. It's a couple days later. We're back working on the case. We're going to be dropping the charge pump here out of the bottom of the transmission. That's your filter housing for your 2 element filters, and your hydraulic charge pump is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and drop it down just to inspect it and see what it looks like. All right, so after a little bit of convincing, we got it to fall down. And so there's the cavity that our charge pump came out of. Up there is your drive for the charge pump. And it's just a set of gears in there that turn and make it a positive displacement pump. So we've got looks like a square cut seal here. Have an O-ring there. We're gonna take it over to the bench and inspect it. Now, I don't know if you look up in there, there's a cavity that goes back. That goes all the way down into here, and that's where our internal screen filter is. It sits right in the bottom here. So I don't know if I can stick you up in there. If you can look down, maybe. Yeah, you see it way down there at the bottom. There's our screen. And like I said, guys, that screen can only be cleaned if you split the tractor right there, or you come in through the back of the PTO housing like we have so far and blow all that junk off that filter and get it all blown out the back of the tractor. Okay, guys, so here's our charge pump out of the case. We've got a square cut gasket there. It's got some chunks of metal and slivers on it. These are the X seals, I guess they're called. So the square cut O-ring goes across here. Your X seals go down each side of the pump. And then we have a regular just O-ring up here. So we're gonna go ahead and zip this whole pump apart. We're gonna get new O-rings and seals just to verify that everything's clean here and that we are getting the maximum pressure without any leakage or anything around the gaskets. We zip the pump apart here. It's real simple. You've got a couple bushings. We're gonna call that like the case half. And then inside the pump body, there's 2 more bushings there that these dowels spin inside, and that keeps your gears straight with one another. And these are just straight cut gears. They're not helical, they're just straight. And we're gonna go ahead and inspect these for any scoring, any damage. So far, I haven't really seen anything. They're a little sharp. So I'm gonna have to look in the book and see what it means when they're just a little sharp like that. It may not be that big of a deal. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this pump body all cleaned out. Get this case half all cleaned up. As you can see, there's definitely some wear there. There's some scoring, and I can't really catch it with my fingernail, so it may not be so bad. We'll get this all cleaned up and hopefully get her all put back together, and we'll be good to go. We had to order all kinds of O-rings and X seals and everything, so they all came in. We're gonna go ahead and get this pump put back together. And then we also have a new modulator valve and springs we're going to put in the transmission control valve. That should take care of that problem. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is a modulation valve out of the transmission control valve. It's got some concavity to it. You can see where, I mean, it's just super shiny and wore down versus the new one is just super pointy. So I think that might be part of our issue. We're going to go ahead and get this thing put in there, and hopefully that takes care of some clutch issues. Let's get this top O-ring thread on here. Throw a little bit of Silube on there. There's a lot of sharp edges on here, and we definitely don't want to cut one of these O-rings, and we don't want to roll it over. A little bit on here. Mostly for when we put it up in the housing, there's some sharp edges up in there. You just don't want to cut this O-ring, because this is your pump to case O-ring right here. And you most definitely need this one to seal. Get them all lubed up. All right, so we got our seals both on the sides here. We've got our pump body bolted back to the flange, so this thing is ready to put back in the tractor now. I'm going to take our super duper long blowgun. We're going to reach way up in there, try to blow out this filter, and anything that's deep up inside there, try to blow it all back. Hey guys, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's a cone filter right in the middle of the screen, all the way towards the front of this transmission. It's about 14 inches long, and it's got a mesh screen in it there. So I'm going to go back to the front of the tractor. I'm going to spray some diesel fuel down in there and try to flow everything to the back here, and we'll see what we can get. So, flush some diesel down through there. See it all coming onto the back here. So, we're just going to keep doing that, flushing some diesel, blowing air through it until we get everything cleaned out. And I think what we'll do next, we'll get our charge pump splined up there in the splines, get it seated up there, get her bolted in, and then we will put our filters in last. And then I think we're back to the rear cover. Guys, this is a heavy son of a gun. We got our 4 bolts in. We'll go ahead and make sure they're all tight. Oops, we missed a part. Put in our pressure relief valve here. This goes up in the filter housing. It's in case your filters get too plugged, it can still pass fluid through this. So go ahead and reach up in there, get this installed. Oh. Charge pump's in, filter housing's in with the 2 filters. We do need to put our drain plug back in here. I believe we've got one more drain plug in the back to put in, and we are all sealed up underneath here. All right, time to seal this rear end up. We've got it all gooped on there. Nice heavy coat all the way around. We'll go ahead and get this slid on there. So today we've got 7 buckets of the viscosity high trans. Hopefully, as long as everything bleeds out just fine, we should be able to get this thing up and running, and hopefully get her pulled out of the barn, make sure all our issues went away. If you were unaware, this stuff is seriously just like gold. Or at least they charge you for it anyways. They're like $100 a bucket, close to it. So all in all, we're sitting at like $700 in oil here. And yeah, it's not cheap. So okay guys, the final 5 gallons. We'll get this last bucket in, and then we'll get in there and fire this tractor up, get the system bled out hopefully, and we'll go check the performance, make sure we fix a problem. Okay. Now guys, this system holds right around 30 gallons. We'll go ahead and get it fired up, get the system bled out, and then we'll check our level. We may have to add some more. We'll just have to see. Now, I have not tried starting this since we pulled the tractor in for the winter. So, I do not know if we're going to have any juice or not. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Okay, jump box. Jump box is on. Let's see if we have any juice now. May have to put the charger on it for a little bit and see what we have out of it. Yep, we're gonna need the battery charger. Alright, tractor's running. Let's just make sure that none of our fittings are leaking. Nothing's leaking underneath, so I think we'll give this about 5 minutes here and then we'll start trying to bleed it out.